Hey everyone, welcome back and happy Friday. Okay, guys, this Tom Girardi stuff, I can't. I'm literally can't evening right now. This doesn't stop. The Girardi saga, I said this before, I think it was either on Up and Adam Channel 2 or Up and Adam Channel 1, that I literally started my first kind of videos like this talking about the Girardi saga. Like, this is where it all started. And it's crazy to think that this is like almost 4 years later. That's wild to me. But we're about to get into it because there were some shocking revelations, and I am uploading the photos right now for you guys. So before we jump in, if you guys haven't already, go ahead, pop off in the comment section. If you're not subscribed, get subscribed, and let's jump right in. All right, guys, this is the face of the man. Thank you to the Daily Journal. Well, Tom Girardi denies all charges on last day of federal wire fraud trial. I swear to you, every client got every penny they were supposed to get. That's what his attorney, Tom Girardi, well, the disbarred plaintiff's attorney, Tom Girardi, testified. Now, Tom Girardi testified Thursday that he never stole money from clients, but did often hold back settlement funds for their own good because they were drug addicts. Um, is that up for him to decide? Under cross examination, he seemed to agree that the skills he developed as one of California's top trial lawyers would be useful in persuading the jury in his federal fraud trial. We'll find out, is what he said with a smile as he looked at the jurors. Now, Girardi took to the witness stand on the 11th day of the trial in Los Angeles on 4 counts of wire fraud, and he's accused of stealing $15 million from clients between 2010 and 2020. He faces a similar criminal case in Chicago where he is accused of stealing millions of dollars from the families of people who died in an airline crash in Indonesia. I swear to you, every client got every penny they were supposed to get, is what he testified before his defense counsel rested their case. It's not like I took the money. Holdbacks were not for me to take money. I don't even have a salary. I work very hard. Now, he said he believes his defunct law firm, Girardi Keese, is still open and has no idea who's defending him in the wire fraud trial, and said it was important for his firm to hold back funds to certain clients for reasons such as medical liens and requests from the family, so money wasn't being spent to feed drug addictions. But rumors that the disgraced plaintiff's attorney might take the stand had circulated for a few days, but it was thought to be unlikely. Now, Girardi's defense team has said he has been diagnosed with dementia and Alzheimer's disease and didn't have the mental capacity to knowingly commit the alleged crimes. I am just going to say, I don't think that the victims are buying the shit that you're selling. Okay, hold on. Here he comes. There's Mr. Girardi himself. Earlier Thursday, the federal defenders told the U.S. District Judge Josephine Staten that they had no more witnesses to call, but instead of resting, asked for a break to consult with Girardi, and he took the witness stand soon after. Now, at the start of cross-examination, Assistant U.S. Attorney Ali M. asked Girardi how he was doing. He said, "That depends. You have to be nice," is what Girardi said. And the guy said, "I'm always nice." He then asked Girardi if he has spent his life persuading people as an attorney. He said, "I don't know. We'll find out." And Girardi said with a smile as he looked at the jurors. Now, Girardi also told him that he did not intentionally tell anybody ever the wrong settlement amount for funds that were owed to his former clients. One client in particular, Joseph Gomez, was the first witness called by the prosecution at the beginning of the month, and he retained Girardi Keese in 2010 in a personal injury case that settled in 2013 for what he believed was $5 million. However, Joseph said that the true nature of his settlement, $53 million, was not shared with him until much later, and it took him over 6 years after filing a lawsuit to recover the money he was due. Now, Girardi said that he did not remember concealing any information from Marie Gomez, but recalled the client's mother telling him not to distribute the full sum of the settlement to her son because he had a drug addiction that would kill him. Girardi was confronted with a letter that he sent to Joseph Gomez about why the money was not being sent. And one of the reasons Girardi gave at the time was he was waiting for approval from the mediator, which Joseph testified was an excuse Girardi would give him for years. It's not a story, it's the truth, is what Tom Girardi said when the prosecutor asked him about the stories he told the Ruy Gomez family. The mediator in the case, the late California Supreme Court Justice Edward A. Pinelli, was someone who Tom Girardi was, I guess Tom Girardi said, was strict to say money had to be spaced out to an 18-year-old with a drug addiction, and that's all there is to it. Now, when the prosecutor pressed Tom Girardi that Joseph Ruy Gomez was not being sent the money because it was already spent, he said, "You're wrong." And the prosecutor confronted Girardi about the other 3 former clients who testified at the trial about their missing settlement funds. However, Girardi said he did not remember the details of their settlement or their testimony. "I wasn't in the courtroom." But Girardi has been sitting in the courtroom every day. "I do remember this, though. We were given instruction not to give the plaintiffs money." Now, while under direct examination by one of his federal defenders, Samuel O. Cross, Girardi said he remembered one of his clients, Judy Selberg, and her settlement with his firm in June of 2020 for $500,000. Selberg testified that her portion of the original agreement, over $300,000, was never paid to her until she sued him and filed the state bar action in November of 2020. Several letters and voicemails Girardi left for her explaining why her money was being sent were shown to jurors, and the reasons included he was awaiting judge signatures for the check, and he was fighting with the IRS to exempt her from the purported law that he said taxed women in wrongful death cases and not men. "I was told there was a drug issue. Whatever you do, don't give this person all of this money. Otherwise, she'd be dead," is what Tom Girardi said. But throughout the 40-minute testimony, he repeated several times that he never intentionally took money from his clients, that he took no salary and worked hard. He spoke lightly and coughed a few times, but did not hesitate to respond to questions. And several times, however, Girardi said during a direct testimony that he needed more time to refresh his memory on the matters, and he was not ready for Cross. But during redirect, Cross asked Girardi if he knew who he was. He said, "I have no idea. Bad, mean, terrible. I don't know." He was also asked if the firm was still operational, and he said yes. Now, the prosecutor asked him about the $25 million that was backed by Girardi Keys to EJ Global, the company owned by his wife, and Girardi said it would not be appropriate to use firm money to finance his wife's lifestyle, but added if there were legitimate business expenses, his firm would be allowed to use that money. "If in fact the firm owed me money, I have $48 million in costs from the firm. I don't take a salary. I work very hard." Huh. Okay. Interesting. Very interesting. Christopher Kamen, a former financial chief at Girardi Keys and severed defendant in the case, is accused by Girardi's counsel of taking advantage of the former attorney's deteriorating health throughout the final decade of his legal career. And Girardi said that Kamen stole a lot of money, and obviously we didn't know about it. This is getting to be some shit. Guys, check out Talk of Shame Kiki Monique's video here.
Are you happy you testified? Tom, do you think the jury believes you? Let you know. Are you happy you got your side out today?
You can hear Kiki in the background. All right, guys, pop off in the comment section. Let me know what you think. Don't forget to smash that like button. If you're not subscribed, get subscribed. And don't forget to hit that notification bell. We'll see you next time. Love you guys.